I'm all about not chasing women, but drawing women closer to you. So when you are just a better version of yourself, you don't even have to chase, not your ex, not your next. They will gradually draw closer to you because you look like what every other woman wants. If we are being honest with ourselves, yeah, there are some exes that we wish they did not end up as exes. Let us be honest, okay? Whether male or female, okay, there are some relationships that you think it's the best thing for them to, for you guys to go your separate ways, but after it's done, you begin to realize that maybe this was a huge mistake, especially if you were the one that messed up. Okay, because see, mistakes are meant to happen, and a lot of times when we are younger, we think we are ready to explore. We cannot be with one person. I mean, this is my life, my body, my choice. But at the end of the day, when you have tested all of everything around you, when you've tried to go that the grass is greener on the other side, you realize that what you once had was golden, and now you're trying to get her back, or now you want to get her back, and you're wondering, is this a good decision to try and get my ex back? And if it is, how do I go about getting my ex back? So today, let me tell you how you can get your ex back. Now, before anything, I'm going to say this: I'm not a big fan of going back to your ex, especially if they are the ones that did you bad. I personally have not had any need to go back to an ex. Okay. Now, if you know that this person treated you horribly, this person did not value you, this person treated you like shit, and all the time you were in this relationship, you were the one giving your all and they were giving you little to nothing. Like you were the one trying to make this relationship work and they did not care to put in effort, then please do not go back to them. No matter how beautiful and amazing and rich and wealthy and whatnot that they are, please don't go back to anybody who treated you like trash. So don't go back to that kind of ex. But the ex we're talking about now is the ex that you lost out on. You are the one who messed up. You are the one who did not see all of her good qualities. You are the one that did not value her efforts. You are the one that took her for granted because maybe you were at your peak where every woman was after you and you felt like you were the apple of everybody's eyes. So you took that woman for granted and you jumped around with other women. And now that you've seen that, okay, it's not that easy to find a good woman, you have regrets and you want to go back to this woman. This is the kind of ex we're talking about. An ex that was really amazing, that was really great, but you didn't see all of that. All right. And the very first way to go back to an ex who was amazing to you is you need to take accountability. You need to take responsibility for your actions. You need to tell yourself, yes, I messed up. You need to be able to even point out how you messed up. So maybe you were a serial cheat then. Okay, maybe you were not taking care of yourself, maybe you did not appreciate her effort enough, maybe you even felt less in that relationship because maybe she was this amazing person, so instead of hyping her for who she is, you were trying to pull her down to be on the same level as you were. So you need to realize that I fucked up, I messed up. You don't even have to tell her. You need to look yourself in the mirror and say, oh, I was the one that messed up, I was the one that messed this up. She was very good, she took care of me, she was doing all of this, she was doing all of that. You get those things that you used to see as bare minimum. Perhaps now you've gone into the world and you found out that other women were not even giving you the kind of attention that she was giving to you, the kind of respect that she was giving to you. So you need to first say, I messed up. Okay, it's my fault. I take full responsibility. All right. And when you even contact her, make sure that you make her understand that you know that you fucked up. You know that you messed up. You know that you were the one that messed everything up. Okay, so taking accountability is your first step, accepting that you were the one that was wrong. Especially if you're the one that was wrong, okay? Please don't go and kiss us. If you are not the one wrong in that relationship, let it go because she will disrespect you again. But if you know genuinely that you are the one that ruins that relationship, when you approach her, make her understand that you have realized that you were the problem and you're willing to work on that. So taking being accountable of your action is the very first way that you can work towards getting an amazing ex back. Secondly, you need to become honest and intentional. So now when you're going back to this ex, you need to be honest with her. You need to be intentional about why you're going back to her. You're not going back to try and see if it will work. Okay. You should be going back with this idea of, I need it to work. I'm here to make things work. I'm here to wife you. I'm here to be there for you. Okay, you need to go in with intention. You need to be ready to make this work. You don't go in with the 50-50 mindset, or you're going again to do trials. Okay, because now this is an opportunity she might be willing to give again to you, so you don't want to mess it up this time. So I'm sure that you have realized that it was your fault, and you are working to fix all of those things that you did wrong. So you used to be the type that would cheat, you used to be the type that would not value her effort, you used to be the type that would not give her attention and all of that. You need to start working on all of those things. You need to be intentional now. Okay, you need to be intentional. You need to let her know, okay, baby, this is my flaws. I have realized it, and I'm not going to automatically change. It's not going to be magical that I will just change overnight, but I am intentional about making this work. I'm intentional. I want to put effort into making this work. So you're going to become honest, even with yourself. Okay. Now, when a woman sees your intention, it is really sexy. When you approach a woman, and especially if it's an ex that used to know that you are the nonchalant type, you don't talk about the future, you don't plan about the future, you don't talk about children, you don't talk about where you want to settle, you don't talk about anything about the future. But now you're back and you're hitting the nail on the head. You're talking about the most important things in life, the most important things in marriage, in relationships, how you want to move forward, and you're doing the we and not I kind of conversations. She might just, consider going back to you, because now she can see that you have intention. And a lot of women who are ready to settle and who are wiser want to work with men who has intention. Another way that you can be able to get your ex back is to give her space. If you were actually the one that hurt her, if you're actually the one that messed up everything, it's advisable that you give her some time also to think. Okay, it's advisable that you give her some time, you give her some space. Don't go chasing and being in her DM and just disturbing her. You gradually go back to her. You don't just wake up and you start bombarding her with messages. Now, when maybe you guys have separated for a while, maybe months or years, and you want to go back, okay, you first of all take accountability when she gives you the attention, but don't rush her. Don't rush her into coming back to you. Don't start, lying and hyping just to lure her back to you. And that's not a very good thing to do, because I've seen men do it. Okay, make big promises just because you want her back into your life, and then you completely mess it up again. Remember, this is a second chance, or maybe third or fifth or even 10th chance that she's giving you. So you don't want to mess it up, because you don't know if it's going to be the last opportunity that she's giving you. A lot of women will give you chances to try and see if you can make it work. So you need to be careful, because you don't know when it's going to be the last chance she's giving to you. So when you're trying to go back to her, give her a little space. You've made your intention known. Okay, you've been accountable. Now give her time to decide if she wants to come back to you. Don't pressure her. Okay, don't pressure her also, so that you don't look too desperate to her. Okay, now you've told her your intention, accountability. Give her space to think about it. Tell her, okay, I'll be waiting to hear back from you, or maybe we could talk over dinner or something. Okay, maybe we could take a walk. Maybe I could come over. Okay, and let her tell you, no, don't worry, I'll let you know when I'm free, or give me some time to think about it. Do not rush her. Women will want to think it through, and especially if she was in love with you, chances are she might want to come back, but she wants to also weigh her stakes, because you don't know if she has somebody else now because of what you did. Now, she could be with somebody else, but she could still be madly in love with you. That's why it's important to give her a little space so she can think it through. Okay, give her a little space so she can think it through. Now, while you're giving her that space to think it through, the next thing you have to do is make sure you become the best version of yourself. Now, this might sound like a regular thing and all of that, but this is very important. Okay, when you're trying to win a woman back to you, when you're trying to get an ex back, whether you're a man or a woman now, it is important that you have personally improved on yourself. You are now looking like the better part of your before version. Okay, you're looking better, career wise, finance wise, physically, spiritually. Everything about you has changed for the good. So that while you're giving her space to think about your accountability and your intention, she's also looking at you, and she's seeing that, okay, he's way better now. He's finer, he's more intentional, he has achieved better, he's doing better for himself. You give her more reasons to want to come to you. You don't come back looking the same as you used to be. Like, there's nothing wow. There's no wow factor that will make us say, okay, maybe I just have to go back to this guy. So you need to be the better version of yourself. Okay, not just because of your ex, but also because of your next. You need to look good. I'm all about not chasing women, but drawing women closer to you. So when you are just a better version of yourself, you don't even have to chase, not your ex, not your next, they will gradually draw closer to you because you look like what every other woman wants. So it is very important that you work on yourself as a man. As a man, you become a better version of yourself. You become best at everything that you do. You don't even have to be a perfectionist, but just make yourself better. And when you're trying to go back to this ex, she's going to see that you are obviously more than what you used to be. And it's going to be another push, another reason that she might say, okay, let me consider him again this time. Now, lastly, and this is very, very important, when you're trying to go back to an ex, you should also know when it's time to move on. So you've told her your intention, you've been accountable, you're a better version of yourself, you've given her space, but still she's playing hard to get, or she's just wasting your time and going back and forth, and all of those back and forth. You need to know when to stop. That's the honest truth. You need to know when to stop bothering her, because at a point it's going to look like you're beginning to bother her, you're beginning to make her uncomfortable, like you're going to gradually start losing your value if you keep pushing and pushing and pushing. So you need to know when to stop. You need to know when, okay, it is officially over. You know how I said she might have been giving you different chances to change, and she might have given you your last one and you did not notice. So when you try to go back now, nothing on earth you're going to say that is going to work out. So you need to know when to realize that, okay, this girl is actually moved on and she doesn't need you. And the best thing to do to keep your self-dignity and respect is to move on. Okay? Not every ex will come back to you. Yes. Even if you feel like they were the best thing that happened to you, she now belongs to somebody else. So not every ex will come back to you no matter what you do. So it's important to also have that at the back of your mind. That's why when you find a good woman, you need to learn to treat her right so that she does not become an ex. And then you start fighting to get her back. Now that's the end of the video for today. Let me know what you think about this video in the comment section. Okay, I am always here to read all of your comments. And guys, don't forget to follow me on Instagram. As always, I will see you in my next video. If you're not yet subscribed, make sure you subscribe before you leave and give this video a thumbs up so that every other person can see it. So until next time, keep living life, keep being champs, and bye for now. Mwah.